Here in Port Charlotte, where the Braves have blanked the Rays by a score of 12-0, the Atlanta offense erupting for 12 runs on 15 base hits. Both of those highs for the spring session. We'll dive into what you may have missed if you didn't hear any of the coverage tonight. Braves used the long ball, 3 homers in tonight's 12-0 win. But let's start with the starter, Max Fried. 2 2/3 innings of scoreless work here tonight. Good bounce-back performance from Fried, who couldn't get out of the first inning in his first start in Dunedin earlier this week. Well, a much different story tonight. Still trying to feel for the fastball command and the curveball location, but certainly steps in the right direction for Max Fried here tonight, who was right around the 50-pitch mark, and that's about normal for your second start of the spring. At 2 2/3, 3 base hits, no runs, couple of walks and 1 strikeout. So you might be able to say Max Fried was effectively wild here in tonight's start. But let's dive in to the offense here tonight. As I mentioned, 12 runs. The Braves wasted no time jumping on the scoreboard early on. It was a 3-run top of the first inning. Adam Duvall, a 2-run double. That's his third 2-base hit of the spring already. Johan Camargo would add an RBI single of his own. Camargo and Riley both in the lineup here tonight, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Then in the second inning, Peter O'Brien hit a ball literally out of the ballpark here at Charlotte Sports Park. A solo homer for O'Brien. That was his first of the year. Tyler Flowers would add an RBI double. And then the Braves youngsters, Christian Pache, a 2-run homer for him in the top of the 8th inning, and Grayson Genesta to dead center field, a solo shot for him in the top of the 9th inning. So again, 12 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the Braves. A clean ball game here. Again, we saw it started by Max Fried. Darren O'Day made his first appearance of the spring, a scoreless inning in the 4th inning with a couple of strikeouts in that perfect inning for Darren O'Day. Also a good outing for Ian Anderson. 3 base hits over 2 scoreless innings for the young Braves right-hander. Again, as I mentioned, both Riley and Camargo were in the lineup tonight. They also both got a couple of base hits. Austin Riley was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Johan Camargo 2 for 3 tonight. We saw Riley start at first base. Now, you've heard me say that primarily Riley will be playing at third base as him and Camargo compete to win that job to start the season. But as I asked Brian Snitker after the game, he said it'd be nice to have another option should something happen to Freddie Freeman in an emergency type situation. So we saw Riley over at first, Camargo at third. Both those guys a couple of knocks in tonight's win. Now looking ahead, tomorrow, Mike Foltynewicz gets back on the mound against the Red Sox in Fort Myers. That's a 1 o'clock first pitch tomorrow afternoon. Of course, Folty had a good start to the spring, gave up just that solo homer over 2 innings of work against the Minnesota Twins earlier this week. Again, so Folty against the Red Sox and Nathan Eovaldi tomorrow. And then the Braves are back home in Northport on Monday. Another night game as the Phillies will come to town. That will be Sean Newcomb making his second start of the spring against Zach Eflin. So that's a look at what's to come. Again, the Braves all over the Rays here tonight. 12-0 was your final from Charlotte Sports Park. And again, day baseball tomorrow. Braves are at the Red Sox with Mike Foltynewicz on the mound tomorrow afternoon right here on the Braves Radio Network at 1 o'clock Eastern.